Hello, family. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy E, the Dividend Passport, back with another video, guys. As you all know, I am in Colombia, Villavicencio, in my apartment. I just spent the last 2 months in my apartment in Cartagena, Colombia, and now I'm heading back to the U.S. in a couple of days with my daughter, so we can spend the holidays there with the other kids, and then wrapping things up to come back to back to Colombia. Guys, I would like to say, this is not financial advice. This channel is basically here to use as a guide to help you financially. Now, I post videos on this channel every day, 7 days a week, literally. Some days twice, sometimes twice a day, depending on what is going on. And the main purpose of this channel is to inspire you guys. Okay. Now I have the window open, so you're gonna hear the car driving past and whatnot. Because I can't close the window. It get too hot out here right now. There's no air conditioning in this room. And it's a rental. So the other apartment that I own, this one is a rental. So of course, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be here. So putting the air conditioner in this room right now, I don't think it's gonna work out. But anyway, just so you guys know what's going on, okay? The purpose of this channel and why I do this is to give back. I've been blessed to get to where I'm at financially. And in order to give back, I decided to create this channel. And being I'm a passport bro, right? Some of you guys don't like passport bro. They say passport bros are cookies and Ray Rays. But being I'm a passport bro, I have a family in Colombia and that I love very much. And I take, make sure everybody is okay. But in this, you see, it's a dividend passport, right? The reason for the name dividend because I invest in dividend in the stock market, and this is how. Well, I would say this is how I live, but I don't use all of the funds from dividends to live. I use a very little, not even 1% of the money I make from dividend to live, and the 1%, less than 1% that I use is to pay my card note. Well, maybe 10%. 1%, maybe it might be a little bit. Also, maybe 10% that I use to pay my card note for my Tesla. Now, if you're new to the channel, like, share the content, subscribe to the channel, go back and watch other videos. Today, I'm not going to be talking about. I'm not going to be showing my portfolios or what happened during the week. We did that yesterday. But I was watching something pop up in my feed because I posted a comment on another gentleman's channel that was talking bad about Passport Bro. I happened to be talking about one of the guys that I interviewed on my other channel a few years back. And I posted a comment, and we kind of went back and forth. Of course, eventually he changed his tone about Passport Bro. But this popped up in my feed because I did subscribe to his channel. I support regardless, right? This popped up in my feed, and for the gentleman that said he didn't have $100 saved, and with his financial situation, all that stuff. Now, today, you guys know I just talk about regular stuff, motivate you guys, and we're gonna use this as a learning. A learning session, right? Now, I think sometimes when you're looking for help, you reach out to who you think is going to help you, right? And sometimes, God do things for a reason, right? Because if I didn't see that post, I wouldn't have made this video today, and maybe this will help some other people. I didn't always have what I have today, right? I had to work hard, twice as hard, to get to where I'm at. And maybe some people can say, "Oh well, maybe you're a little lucky. Your family's well off. Your family has well to do." Yeah, where I came from, yeah, we were well off and well to do. But when I came to the U.S., we had to start from the ground up. Um, I remember as a kid, well, I was a teenager. My two older siblings, with my mom, right? They used to work a pickle route. when I was in high school back then. They used to work a paper route, and then after doing the paper route, they would go to school, go to university, and then of course I would go to high school, and then during the weekend, Friday and Saturday, I would work with them on the paper route. Of course, because I guess the difference in the time, and mom felt I was too young to be out there working, but I wanted to do it, and I helped out the best way I could, and it was fun, right? For that, getting up early in the morning at 3 in the morning, going to pick up the newspaper and deliver it. But I say all to say that I wasn't born with a silver spoon in the U.S. I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth in Africa. But things changed, war happened, and we had to move. And that was a new stage of life. Now, I'm not going to make this about me, right? But I had to get a little background about me so you guys can say, oh, well, you this, that, you did, da, 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 da. Yeah. I got into technology because of a friend, Andrew. I haven't talked to him in a while. We text off and on, but I haven't talked to him in a while, and I heard he was having some hot times. But I got into IT because of him. I was taking up in school at the time, studying to be a medical technologist. Mom wanted to be a doctor or a pharmacist or whatever. I didn't want to do that. Anyway, sophomore year, I decided it wasn't for me. And when I met Andrew, he's like, man, I'm going to this class. Let's go. And that's how I was working in a nursing home. I don't remember what I was making back then. A little bit more than minimum wage. But I got my Microsoft system engineer training, and I never looked back. Right? I left the nursing home, started working for myself, doing a lot of different things. But guys, and doing all of those things, there's one thing I did not know back then was investing and saving for your future. Now, I was been into real estate because my family back home, that's what we had. Real estate, churches, schools. That's what we had. My mom worked in the government, dad worked in the government. So it was different. But so when I came to the US, of course, as I got older, it was all about investing into real estate because that's what I knew growing up. Right? Building or buying or whatever. And as time went by, of course, in the US, you need credit to buy stuff. Back home, you buy everything is cash, no credit. You buy everything with cash, except you have a lot of money. The bank might give you some loan or something like that. But I wasn't old enough to understand that process back then. But in the US, right? So I worked my way up to about 7 or 8 properties through working, hustling. But I've changed job over the years, trying to make that money. Contracting, marriage, divorce, marriage again, divorce. But one thing I knew, that whatever I was doing, that I'm still doing today, I didn't want to do it for the rest of my life. Now it's a little bit different because I don't have to anymore, but I do it because it's keeping me busy. Like I would say, there's YouTube all the time. I'm training for retirement. Give me something to do. But the point I'm trying to make is, once you become intentional about what you want to do, the main thing is finding out how to get there. And when I do my consulting and talk to people in sessions, yeah, we talk about money. Money is key, right? Because without money, it would take you longer to get to where you need to get. The more money you have to spend, when I say to spend, I mean I'm not talking about savings, to invest, right? Poor people save, rich people invest. Okay? So putting your money in a bank account to save and get what the big banks, right? Chase, Wells Fargo, Bank of America, and get 0.01%. Or you might go to iLab Bank and get 4, almost 5%. Whatever the rate is today, I have an account with iLive, so you know, whatever the rate is today, I don't know what the rate is now, but it's high. Or Goldman Sachs can invest there. I got an account with them too. High yield. I mean, I might have $100 in that account. The reason I stopped putting money in that because I travel a lot, and when I need to pull money, sometimes I can't access it. I have to remote into a computer into the U.S. to log into the account. It's too much of a hassle. But you know, if you need money, right? You don't go as you're gonna ask the people around you, right? And most of the time, those people around you, they're gonna be just like you because we associate with people at our level financially, socially, spiritually, right? So 90% of the time, if you are broke, you might have one friend out of your group that you hang around with that might have a little bit more money than you, but the rest of the people you associate with gonna be broke, right? And that's facts, right? As I became more financially stable, yes, people that was at my level before that didn't grow with me got left behind. People at my level that was doing things that I didn't like got left behind because, of course, when you start making money, you become a target, and if you have people around you that doing things that can get you in trouble, you got to get rid of them people, right? So I'm saying all these things to say, I go motorcycle. Um, if you want to be successful, you got to start thinking like the successful people do. You have to start reading books. You know, you can't be broke and take advice from a guy who broke. I mean, he might give you some ideas, right? How to get out of your situation, but he can't really give you any good ideas because he himself is broke. He doesn't know, right? Yes, I was poor because I can't say my family worth was transferred onto me. No, right? My mom died when she left. We gave it to my sick brother, and that helped us took care of him for a while until we were able to, find a better way to get him taken care of. But so I don't have stuff that was passed down to me from my mom in the U.S. Now we have stuff back in Africa, a lot of land and properties and stuff. But do I care about that? No. You know, I mean, we built that to give to the community, and right now that's the purpose that those properties are serving. So everything I earn now, I earn to give back to my kids, right? My girls. They are the most important thing in my life, right? Then after my girls come my brothers, my cousins, my aunts, other family members. Because when something happened to me, everything I got go to my girls. They don't go to my cousin or my brother. No, because they have their own family to take care of, right? So, guys, let's get back to the point. If you need help, financial help, you're gonna seek out the best way you know how, right? Because somebody talk about having money in the account or how to save $1,000 or having $1,000 saved doesn't mean they know how to save $1,000. Okay, now, like I said, I've been poor because I started out poor. I didn't have nothing. So now I'm not rich, but I'm comfortable. I'm in my apartment in Colombia. I have multiple properties in the U.S. I have properties in Colombia that I own, other than this one that I'm sitting in right now that I'm renting. But it took time for me to get there. And if you guys know, anything you buy in Colombia, you have to pay cash. Okay, I bought my car cash. I bought my other apartment that's a rental on Airbnb. I paid that cash. But if you need to start investing, you need a plan. And the first thing I always tell people when I do consulting, after I ask them all these different questions and where they want to be in the next 5 to 10 years, you got to have your short-term goal, right? So if you're making $10 an hour and you know that your goal or where you need to get to is going to take $20 an hour, then you need to bust your butt. You got to get you another job. Now, whether it's going to be a night job, whether it's going to be driving Lyft, driving Uber, or whatever it is you need to do, you have to do that. Now, when you do that, right? I said, you know, I don't really have 3 to 6 months savings. I used to have that, but I put it all in the market. Now I got my own reason for doing that at this point, but I'm going to tell you the right way to do it. Right? If you ever heard of a Dave Ramsey, he said save $500. $1,000. Right? But you have to start small, and you need little wins. When I say you need little wins, you need to see that what you're doing is working. Right? So you need to put down all your finances, everything you spend, down to the penny. If you go to the super, if you buy a Coca-Cola at work, if you're buying 3 Cokes at work every day, you need to put that down. Do that. I'm telling you, you would thank me later. I have a spreadsheet that I give to people when I do my hour sessions, and I tell them track it. There's a point where you put your income. Now, if you, let's say you're doing Lyft or Uber and you're making an extra $100, $200 a month, you put that in there. It's going to calculate that income. Now, after you put your light, water, gas, light, water, it depends, it changes. Now that it's getting cold in the U.S., those bills are going to change, right? Those bills are going to change. So you're probably paying less money for light because you're not running the air condition, and you might be spending more money for gas because of the heat. So those bills change it, right? But you need to put all those bills down. And I can go back probably 5 years or more and track and see all of the money that I spent, that how bad I am with this. I can go back 5+ years, right? Yeah, about 5 years. Since 2019, I can go back and pull up. It might not be as good as it is now as I track it now, but I have when I was tracking back then, right? And I can see, because the reason I said to do this, if you put down all your expenses, what you pay, and then you can have things that you normally wouldn't track, right? Like your Netflix, or if you drink coffee, or if you smoke cigarettes, you're probably not tracking those, right? Track all your expenses. When I say expenses, I mean anything that come out of your pocket. If you give Auntie Jane $50 a month, you need to track that as expenses, right? So once you track your expenses, you know, okay, well, I have $1,000 coming in every month, but I need $1,500. So you know, okay, I need an extra $500 a month. So if you work in a job, right, that pays you, we said $10 an hour, whatever. We're just keeping the number even. We're not trying to be specific here. So you need to get another job or work 2 jobs or change jobs. The first thing is to make enough to save. Because let's say if I tell you, say, if you got a responsibility of $1,400 a month and you barely making $1,400 a month, you're not going to save, because as soon as you put the money in there, once it get to maybe $100, you're going to go back and take that money, right? I recommend you open up a iLab bank account or whatever high yield account, online bank, that maybe you get a card. I wouldn't even say get a card. Just if you need the money transfer, it take about a day for that money to get to your account. So if you really need it, then you can go and do the transfer. But it's not money that you can just go and pull right away. That's how I do it. Right? Open that bank account. For now, set up automation that would transfer money. You can do $10, $5, $25. But I won't start doing that until I make enough to cover all of my responsibilities. Daycare, light, water, gas, rent. Make enough money to cover those responsibilities. And as soon as I make enough money to cover the responsibilities, I will stop putting money. I will open 3 accounts, right? My savings account. You already got a checking, because if you got a job, they probably put money into your checking account. I'll open a savings account with iLive. I'll open 2 more accounts, right? I'll open a Roth IRA if you don't already have that with your job. I mean, if you already have retirement with your job, that's even better. Open a Roth IRA. If you're under 50, you can invest up to $7,000 a year, tax-free money. The growth, they don't tax you on the growth, right? Um, that would be one of the accounts. The second account would be a brokerage account, right? You can open that account and use that account to invest. Now, when you open the account, it's just one thing. The account open doesn't mean anything, right? You have to put money in there. It's the second step, right? And then once you put money in there, the third step will be to buy investments in the brokerage account, right? And also, I tell people to open two brokerage accounts, right? So you can be one account, but you can open multiple accounts in that one brokerage, right? So maybe you need three accounts. So you need a Roth IRA, you need a regular brokerage for dividend, you need another account for growth. So you have those three, right? You have growth, dividend, and your Roth in the same brokerage. Okay. Now, if you have kids, you need to set up an account for your kids also right now, right away. Set up an account for your kids. Um, if you have multiple children, you need to open multiple accounts for your children, right? Um, and then you put money in those accounts for them as you have it, right? So the first goal is to meet your requirement for your rental, your living, and all that stuff. Best way to get two jobs: drive Lyft. If you have a decent car, drive Lyft of Uber, DoorDash, work in the warehouse. Um, but you need the extra income. Okay, once you have that extra income, right, and then you cut down your expenses, because as you monitor your expenses, if you do this for 3 months, it becomes part of you. You do this every day. When your bills come in, you go onto your computer or you write it down, whatever works for you. But you track your expenses for 3 months, and it becomes part of you, right? And the same thing, when you need to get to the point where you have to invest, reach out to me. I will help you. I make videos. I show people how to buy and sell stocks. But I'm not a day trader. I'm a dividend investor. I invest in dividend. I invest in high yield. I invest in low yield. I invest in growth stocks. Well, primarily I invest in dividend positions. Now, if you watching my video, if you hear from this channel, 90% of the time is because of dividend stocks, right? Or probably because of the high yield positions that generate me. Not only my high yield, but this month alone, I made more than $17,000 in stocks in dividend. Not let's clear it. In dividend. That means my stock stays the same. It don't change. But when the company makes money, they give me a portion of that money back for my investment. My original investment might grow or it might drop. And sometimes the dividend might drop or go up also. But every year, every month, some dividend pay weekly, some pay monthly, some pay quarterly. And every month, I'm getting money. Every week, I'm getting money that is paid back into my account. And if I decided I didn't want to work today, I could live off of that money comfortably back in the U.S. Right before, I want to live in Colombia. I only need $24,000 a year. I already passed that. Right now, I'm at 170 something $1,000 a year in income. So yes, comfortably, I can say I can retire tomorrow and don't miss a beat. Right, financially, I will still be able to take care of my responsibility in the U.S. I'll still be able to take care of my responsibility in Colombia. But I love what I do, and of course, I've been in Colombia now for 2 months going on, and so I don't have to quit my job because I can work from anywhere in the world, literally. But guys, as I'm saying, right? So you have those three accounts. If maybe you have two kids, you have 5 accounts, right? You only need one for the kids. You buy dividend and high yield. And not high yield. You buy dividend and growth in the portfolio for your girls or boys, right? And then in your retirement portfolio, right? I will buy some growth and some dividend. Make sure with high yield to improve that dividend, right? And then in your dividend portfolio, I'll probably buy the same positions. I'll make sure with high yield, dividend SCHDs, VYM, um, and some other ones out there. Okay. And then in your high yield, I mean not your high yield, but in your growth position, I'll do some Palantir, I'll do some Amazon, Microsoft, uh, Google, Tesla, Nvidia. I mean, there's a bunch of them, a lot of technology positions. I will invest in those, right? And once you get your money, let's say you got $100 to invest, you have 5 accounts, right? 3 is yours, 2 is for your kids, right? I said I would take that $100 and I would put $20 in the first 3 accounts, right? First 3 accounts, I'll put 20. Then in my kids' accounts, I will put 10, right? I'll put 10. So you still have an extra $20. Now that extra $20 will stay in the principal account in your portfolio. You invest those extra amount, right? And then every day, depending on how you get paid, every day, or I would take the first, let's say the $80. I'll put 10 into the 2 account for the kids, and then split that money into 3 the best way you can, 25 apiece, and have some extra. But every day for the first 3 weeks, I would buy. Now in the kids account, you can just buy what you want to buy and be done with it, right? But in my regular accounts, the other 3 accounts that I have, for the first 3 weeks, I would spend, depending on how much positions I have, I will buy a fractional share. So fractional share is when you buy a fraction of the share, but most cases it's about a little bit over $1, right? Less than $1, you're not going to buy it. But a little bit over $1, you'll be able to buy a fractional share. So I will buy a fractional share in those accounts that I have for the next 3 weeks. Now, if you run out of money, of course, I would buy one fraction, $1 a day. Let's say if you have, of course, you need more money. But if you have maybe 5 or 6 or 10 positions, if you buy it $1 a day, and some days your order might not go through because you buy it on limit order. Now, if you're using Robinhood, from what I've seen, Robinhood, for you to use limit order, you have to buy 1 share. If you do fractional share, it doesn't matter. You can buy with $1. But like Fidelity, you can buy a fractional share and do limit order with $1, because I do it all the time. Okay, so you can buy $1 of Tesla every day for 15 days once the market open, right? But if you don't have 15, I mean, if you do limit order, some days your order might not go through because you might be buying, Tesla might be at 225 and you're trying to buy Tesla at 220, right? And if it drops, if you see it falling, right? And some days it might not, you might have to buy it at whatever it is because it's going up. And I don't say chase it, because you put in your order, it changed and you change it. No. Put in your order, if it doesn't go through, that's fine. Tomorrow's the next day you can buy. Eventually it's going to go down. So don't chase the buying. If you just need to get the first one, I would just buy it the first $1 to get the first, all your first positions. I will buy them at market, right? So you can know, if you have them written down, you can go through all your portfolios and buy each of those positions at market, but buy them at the market, but use $1, right? So if it's $1,000, some of the positions are 1,000, some of them more. You don't have $1,000 to buy a whole thing, but you just need to have that positions in there, right? So on that day, I'm going to buy $1 the first day at market rate for all the positions that I want. Now, so you might have to pay above market some days, but it's just $1, right? You get now you have all your positions in there. The next day, you come back and do the same thing. You buy, You do your limit orders and try to buy all your positions. The reason I say 15 days, because if you're doing it for 3 weeks consistently every day, and I always tell people, look at your account 3 times. Look at it in the morning, look at it midday, and look at it at the end of the day. The reason why, because let's say if you log into the market in the morning, if it's grain, I don't want to buy on the market is doing great. I hate to buy when the market is doing great. I would like to buy on a day that everything is dropping. That's the day I like to buy, because eventually it's going to go back up. And when it goes back up, your little dollar that you just spent might be $2 because it gained, right? That might be exaggeration on the $2, but it might be $2.10, $2.15. Now that sounds like nothing now, but you are playing the long game. This is not a get rich quick scheme. No, this is a long game, right? Because you starting now and complaining, oh, I don't have $1, but you have to balance everything in the back end to be able to invest. People say, oh yeah, go ahead, go invest. But you're like, how the hell I'm going to invest? I don't know the first thing about investment. That's the easy part, putting your money in there, right? Because you can go and pay somebody to invest for you. Some of them charge you 1% of your portfolio. Some of them charge you upfront fees. But sometimes those guys, when they buy and sell stuff, they charge you a fee too. God knows I've been there, right? And it wasn't a bad thing, but it is when you don't have a lot of it is when you have a lot of money, and even when you don't have a lot of money, because as you've been charged, that take away from you what you have to grow. So if you're doing it yourself, okay, you don't have to worry about that. And there's a lot of resources online, right, where you can check. A lot of tools that you can use to check. You know, Yahoo Finance is a lot of time I log in today in the morning. I watch videos early in the morning when I'm getting set up for work to see what's going on, what they're talking about, and while I'm logging into my accounts. So there's a lot of tools out there, free tools. Even I show some of them on my videos. I have some of them in the description that you can download and use for free that will help you. But I mean, it's all about changing your mindset. Right? When you change your mindset, I always knew I was going to be a millionaire. I always thought I would do it before I hit 35, right? And then, of course, the market crashed. I lost everything. I could have said, okay, you know what? I'm done. I'm packing my bags. I'm not going to do it no more. But no, I went right back in there and started doing it again. But I did it at a slower pace, and I learned from my mistakes to learn things that, hey, okay, this is what happened the first time. I'm not going to let that happen again. This is what I need to do to make it better. Okay, and the same when I started investing, because I need another way. If I don't have a job to work, how am I going to take care of myself? How am I going to take care of my family? How am I going to take care of my girls? Right? And without money, you can't do nothing. Right? Like I tell people all the time, I'm not rich. I have my word. Yeah, you got your word. Your word is bond, but your word sometimes cannot put food on the table. Yes, you can ask somebody that they will borrow you money, and then after a while, when they see you coming, they lock the door, tell them I'm not here. Even though you might be coming to pay them back, but you've been so many times asking them for money that they're not going to want to see you. On this channel, all we talk about is making money and how to do it and how to get started, right? So this video, I made this video specifically for the gentleman from the other channel. So if you get to watch this video, maybe it'll help you, maybe not. If you need to do a consultation, which is free, send me an email, join the Discord, reach out to me through our Discord, send me an email, and I will mentor you. I will help you. I'm not going to give you money. Like I tell people all the time, I'm not going to give you money because that's not going to help you. But I'm going to help you build yourself up, change your mindset, right? You might say, oh, well, I'm only making $10 a day, right? At 35 and I have kids. But you know what? If you're around the right people, change your environment, start hanging with the guys that want to sit around and drink beer all day, right? That's a waste of money. I don't drink. I haven't had a drink over 20 years. I don't miss it. Every now and then I might have a non-alcoholic beer. with the new 0.0 beers they have now, right? Even though this is 0.0, I still feel drunk when I drink it. And my friend had one of those the other day. He's like, man, this stuff, it tastes like Kool-Aid. I was like, bro, I drink, and when I drink that thing, I be feeling drunk. But it's supposed to have zero alcohol. But sometimes I want that taste of a beer that I haven't had so long, so I would drink it. But don't lose hope. Don't lose hope. When I started investment, I had a video in here. I'm living from paycheck to paycheck. Even now, I live from paycheck to paycheck. You know why? Because when I finish paying all my bills, whatever money I have left, it goes into the investment. I keep less than $3,000 in my savings account because I think it's too much. More than $3,000, I think it's too much money that it's not bringing enough back. I'd rather put my money in a stock that's going to grow 20-30% in a year than put money in a savings account that's going to put less than 1% or 4% a year. Now, for some people that works out. For me, I have credit cards I can pull from, and I can pay them back in a month if I need to, or in 6 months if I need to. All right? And if I decide, you know what, I need to live off my dividend, I need more money, I just got to turn off my reinvestment on some of my investments, and I can live off that money now instead of reinvesting to make more money. I made almost $6,000 yesterday, Friday to this Sunday, on Friday for one investment, right? And guess what? Next month it's gonna pay me close to that or more. Even if it paid me in $3,000, that's $3,000 that I didn't have to work for. But I planted that seed almost 5 years ago when I found dividend investing. Now, over the years, I have tweaked my strategy to give me the best result and optimize my strategy to give me the best result, right? So it might not work for you. You might be like, oh, it's too risky. But I don't want to talk about high yield. I talk about low yield. And in some case, like I say, you need big wins. You might need to see, okay, well, my $3,000 is generating me $100 a month. Or my $3,500 is generating me $200 a month. Now, if you have $3,000 in the bank or $3,000 in the bank, you're not going to get $100 a month or $200 a month from $3,000 being invested in the bank every month on that $3,000, right? So if you reinvest that $100, $200, guess what? The next one you got $210, $220, $230, $240, $250. Before you know, you have $300 coming in. And guess what? The next month is just going to compound. That's why they say the compounding is the eighth wonder of the world. But you have to start. I preach that on this on channel every day. You have to start. Look, take for example, right? My portfolio generated over $70,000 this month. So on a weekly basis, I make almost $4,000 a week from my dividend, right? So let's say daily, I'm making maybe about 540, 550, 560 a day. That's every day, 7 days a week, right? And for my hourly rate, maybe I'm making about $24, $23 an hour, give or take. Do the calculation. That's just all in my head, right? Hourly. So even when I'm sleeping, I'm making money. Even when I'm sleeping, right? That is completely passive, right? People say set it and forget it. No, that's not what I preach. That's not what we do on this channel. We set it, we monitor it, we nourish it, because we buy more to grow. So if you worry about, oh, you know what, I don't have $100, People might be mocking you or joking or teasing you, like how you this old and blah 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 blah. No, this is not what we do here. We're not going to mock you. We're going to tell you how you need to do it. Right? The first thing, write down all your expenses. Know your income. Right? You already know your income. So once you write down what you're spending, because you can save, you cannot save money if you need the money. You can't. How are you going to save money if you need the money? Right? You're making $1,000 a month and you need $1,100 a month. Do you think you're going to be able to save $100 a month? That means you're short $200 in the month. So that's not going to work. You need another way to generate income. Right? Get off your ass. Get you another job. Get you 3 jobs. You know what? If kids not happy because daddy's working, they're gonna be okay. I think they're gonna be better if they know that you can take them to McDonald's, take them to the park 10 years down the line, and they don't even worry about it when they're little kids, right? If your wife not happy and she want to leave you, that might be a bigger problem because now you gotta pay child support. But if you're not making enough money, I mean, you just, like I said, you have to get another job. Talk to your spouse, talk to your family, and work it out. Say, hey, this is what we got coming in, this is what we do, but we need to put money away. So in 10 years, we can be okay. You got to plan for your future. There's nobody else going to do it for you. Right? Like me right now, I'm over here telling you what to do because I've done it. Right? I've done it. I got videos on this channel that I talk about my first investment. Right? I think at the time I had like $2,000 in my account total across all my accounts. And I don't remember how much money we're making back then a month because I was not investing in high yield. I wanted to invest in low yield. Now I do high and low combined. If I were investing in all high yield in my portfolio, I'd probably be making more than $200,000 a year right now, easily, if that's what I was doing across my portfolio. But no, I have to balance my account because that's making me feel comfortable. And I know that I'm taking from the higher yield, reinvesting back into the lower yield and putting some money back in the high yield because that's going to grow. That's planting the tree to grow the fruit. So every year you can pick from that fruit. You can get mangoes every year. You can get oranges every year. Watermelons, pineapples, right? I hope this analogy sticks, right? Because that's the point, to get it to stick. Guys, remember, a lot of the people that watch our channel are not subscribed to this channel. So if you're a first-time person watching this channel, subscribe to the channel. Comment. We love comments, good or bad, right? I respond to all the comments. I respond to all the emails, right? And like I said, my goal here is to give back something that wasn't given to me, that wasn't shown to me, right? This channel was created over a year ago, I think, right? I created this channel over a year ago. But in that year, let's see if I can move this up a little bit. Let's make this a little smaller. I'm trying to show you guys here. All right, this channel was created, oh no, like I said, in 2023. So October 2023. So it's been over a year now, right? Going in October 27 now. I created this channel over a year ago because I wanted to be able to give back. Now, it took me a while to start to show my portfolio because I didn't feel comfortable. I'm like, man, people are going to be like, oh, you just trying to show off and da 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 da. And I didn't know how until I was in the Dominican Republic for about a month. I spent a month in the Dominican Republic. And one morning, the video is here. I log into my channel. I log into my portfolio, and my portfolio was down. Come on. My portfolio was down like $9,000 something. It was crazy. And I was like, oh my gosh. And I made the video. My portfolio is down. I don't have, my portfolio is down. I don't have enough money to invest, right? Um, I'm trying to find the video. I make a video every day. So, of course, I have a lot of videos in here. I think it's this one right here. I'm not going to play the video, but you see how I say, down 9K, wishing I had more money to invest. This is why I started using margins. After that, I started using margins. Kind of like, I need to grow my portfolio. And I'm using my job. When I get paid, I put money for my job and put it in there. When the tenants pay the rent, I take money from there, I put it in there. Okay? That's when I started doing this every day. You can see that was 4 months, 2 months. You had the difference, 7 months, 6 months. My little baby and her mom, my apartment in Cartagena, we would just get the apartment done. Some videos in Cartagena, right? I was just throwing little videos here and there, right? You know about the cheesecake lady. But on this day, from that day on, I've been making a video every day, every single day, 7 days a week, because that was my pledge. I was like, you know what? I have to do this, not just for me, but for everybody who will listen. Now, I know some people will be like, God, he is so boring. He talks so slow, like he's on drugs or whatever. You know, I've gotten it all, right? Not only on this channel, I got other channels. I got my personal channel. I got my travel and investment channel, which is called Rome. I mean, it's called Retire and Rome. It's my travel channel. I got my personal channel, which is The Life of Edwin Ford, and then this channel, Dividend Passport Bro. Then I have my other channel, which is mostly shorts from The Life of Edwin Ford. And then I also do reacting videos on that channel. I haven't really done that yet, but that's the goal, right? The goal is to do that. But this is channel I spend a lot of my time on because it's easy for me to do this and give back, right? So I just give you a little brief thing, right? So we look at this gentleman that having this issue, right? We're like, how can I help? Like I said, I'm not going to give you money, but I'm going to give you the roadmap. If you need somebody to mentor you, you know, we can schedule a call, help you out, see where you at. No cost to you, right? And we set goals. When you accomplish those goals, we get back on the call and see where you at, and gradually build you up, right, to where you're gonna feel comfortable and don't want to give up. But you need more money. You need another job. If you know how to go drive a truck, become a truck driver. You know, you might, if you don't feel comfortable going over the road, I mean, try to do it locally. Go drive for the school. You know, drive for the school during the daytime, and in the evening you have another job. I mean, there's a bunch of different things out there you need to do, but you need more money, right? You can't say, "Oh, I'm doing this job, and that's all I like, all I need." No. If you think like that, you're never gonna get out of where you at. If you think like that, you're never gonna grow. And like I said, if you got people, they said the thing is that you are 10. You are something of the 10 people you hang around, right? So if you hang around 10 people that are broke, of course, it just depends which level you are. Are you number one, the brokest, or are you number 10, the brokest, right? You need to hang around people that will help you, inspire you. And in this community, that's what we talk about. We don't want to talk about buying stocks. Buying stocks is the easy part, but you need money to do that. So we talk about growth and getting yourself together financially for you and your family. Okay, guys, you know, I don't want to carry this on. I had a totally different thing to talk about today, but this just touched my heart, and I wanted to bring this up. And guys, if you like the content, share the content, subscribe to the channel. I need to get at least 20 likes on this video today, right? We need at least 20 likes. All right. So like the content, share the content, and you guys know I tell you guys all the time how much I appreciate y'all. And the channel is growing every day when I log into my YouTube channel because I make videos every day. We have 1 or 2 subscribers. Some days we got 10, some days we got 15, but it's like clockwork. Every day we're picking up 1 to 5 subscribers every single day, and that's amazing for a channel that only been around a year. But not only a year, but we've been doing videos every day for the last 2 months. If that's not amazing, I don't know what else to say. And guys, also, you guys see I have my mic on today. I kind of tested it, and it sounded okay to me. So if it come out the audio is bad, then I don't know what else to do. But hopefully, the sound is great, and you guys are happy with the audio. But as always, your boy E, the Dividend Passport Bro, is here to support this community, this family, right? Because outside of my girls and my family, you guys are the next person thing. Because I spend 2 to 3 hours with you guys every day because I make a video every day. Some days video are longer, and of course today is one of those videos. And I hope you guys like the content. Send me your emails like usual. Usually I get emails all the time, and I respond during the week. About those emails, but I don't give people names. I don't talk about that because that's personal, right? I might just talk about the situation, but I don't give people names when I talk about anything. I might give a shout out to somebody because of the comment, but I'm not going to say what to say in the comment, right? But overall, guys, like I said, I love y'all. Have a wonderful day. The sun is starting to come out. It's been raining all day, and the sun is starting to come out, and it's starting to get hot in this room. So of course I bought to turn the fan on, and when the fan go on, it's gonna be like I'm in the wind tunnel. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. And of course, Chelsea won today, so I'm even more happier that we won our game, even though it was a physical game for you soccer fans out there. But my other team is playing today, the Atlanta Falcons. So I will be watching that game, and I think it should be on by now in an hour. In about an hour, it should be on. So guys, thanks. Have a blessed day, and we're gonna do it again tomorrow. We're gonna see how the market is gonna be good to us tomorrow, and we're gonna go for that. I love you. Peace.